On Monday, BlackBerry's biggest shareholder, Fairfax Financial, announced a bid of $9 a share to take the company private. But is this just the beginning of BlackBerry's saga? I'm here with Max Wolff of ZT Wealth. Max, many are saying the long-struggling BlackBerry is lucky to get $9 a share. Do you think that is the case?
No, look, obviously the company's been in a lot of trouble for a long time. We saw nearly $1 billion write-down announced last week. That already took a very difficult situation and heaped some kind of gasoline on those flames. That being said, we're really seeing an offer of a little bit more than $2 billion above the cash holdings of the company, which means the brand name, all the IP, the intellectual property, licensing agreement, and everything else the company's put together, everything else the company's done is being valued at approximately $2 billion. So it doesn't look like a knock the ball out of the park type of deal to me, and we still have a 6-week go shop period.
Exactly. We have an official offer on the table and a deadline of November 4th, so now other bids are welcome to come in. Do you expect higher bids to come in? Do you expect a bidding war?
I expect at least one other bid for a whole host of reasons. I think folks need to factor in that the name is worth something, the IP is worth something, BlackBerry Messenger is worth something. Obviously, the $2.6 billion cash is worth something. The burn rate at nearly $500 million a quarter was a huge problem, but we just saw 4,500 reduction in headcount. We just saw them back away from the handset market, which is what they're working unsuccessfully to develop. So my guess is they have a lot longer to struggle forward. That being said, this is not a hot property, and everyone's afraid they're playing a game called catch a falling knife, but it is also something of a national champion, a national treasure in Canada, and I don't think analysts and the market have fully factored its importance iconically to the Canadian economy, the Canadian people, and Canadian entrepreneurs.
Now, you mentioned the handset business. Taking the company private may help shareholder discontent, but it doesn't fix its problem of its struggling smartphone business. But do you think BlackBerry can stand alone without its handset business?
No, but I do think you can probably make an argument that the constant drumbeat of derision that the company's gotten in the public markets isn't exactly good for sales. And so limping into the shadows, and it will be a limp, might still be helpful to get the spotlight of derision off of you a little bit. On the other hand, the name may be something that we are very likely to see survive, even if it isn't the traditional BlackBerry handset. And part of this debate is really, can BlackBerry go its own way, having its own operating system, not being an Android from Google, not being iOS from Apple, or not even being the Windows Phone operating system. And I think this is maybe as much a software story as a hardware story. They can't, is the short answer, right? But maybe those hardware systems from BlackBerry with its brand name might get a second lease on life with somebody else's operating system.
So this isn't necessarily the end of BlackBerry. The picture is not as dim for BlackBerry as we might think it is here.
It's a rough seventh inning stretch, and people are definitely throwing stuff out of the stands, and it doesn't look good, right? Out of the stands onto the field. On the other hand, I think there's more to come, not just in the 6 weeks we have for the Go Shop, but in the greater turmoil around what was once the iconic definitional brand that built what is now the transformative global smartphone market.
Exactly. All right. Thank you so much, Max Wolff of ZT Wealth. I'm Brittany Umar for TheStreet.